Hi guys, welcome to Heather's Talents Toy Reviews. Today I'm going to be reading Flat Stanley in Space. I am reading chapter 5. See? Chapter 5. It is called Tartans. Okay. Unbreakable trapping cable. Prisoners surrender. The lamb chops could scarcely believe their ears. I don't call that peaceful, said Mrs. Lambchop. Our president has been misled. I wish we had gone to the seaside. Mr. Lambchop shook his head. But how are we trapped? I don't. He pointed to the magnifying window. What's that? A teeny blue line, like a thread, had been passed over the Star Scout. Stanley switched on the wiper above the big window, and he first flicked off its blade, parted the blue line. "Dart," said the radio. Other voices arose, startled, and then the deep voice spoke again. "Earth people, we're sending a messenger, a regular, ordinary tartan, just to show what we're like." For long moments, the lamb chops kept their eyes on the tan trees across the field. "There!" Arthur said suddenly, coming toward. Oh my, his voice trailed away. The tartan messenger came slowly toward to stand before the big window. A muscular, scowling young man with a curling mustache, wearing shorts and carrying a club. The mustache was very large. The messenger's was not. "That man," Mrs. Lambchop said slowly, "is only 3 inches tall." "At most," Mr. Lambchop said. "It is a magnifying window." The tartan seemed to be calling something. Arthur opened the door a crack, and the words came clearly now. "Afraid to let us see you, Earth?" So there's the picture of the tartan. Earth people. Sorry about that tonight. Because I am so enormous. All titans are this big. Flinging the door wide, Arthur showed himself. "Well, I'm a small earth person," he shouted. "The rest are even bigger than me." Not me," Mrs. Lambchop said. "And don't tease Arth. Oh, he's fainted." Wetting her handkerchief with cold water, she jumped down from the Star Scout and ran to dab the tartan's teeny brow. Cries rose again from the spaceship's radio. "A giant killed IK. There's another even bigger. Oh, gross. Look, IK's all right." The Tyron, by gasping, Mrs. Lambchop's gasping Mrs. Lambchop's handkerchief had indeed pulled himself up. Forces he swung his club, but managed only to tap the top of her shoe. "Out, Scott," she said, and he darted back across the field. "Oh, my," said the radio. "Never mind about surrounding Earth people. A trace committee is on the way." At first, they saw only a teeny flag fluttering like a white butterfly far across the brown field, but at last the Tyrant's committee drew close, and the Lambchops, waiting now outside the Star Scout, could make each one little person out. The flag was carried by the scowling young man with the mustache and the club. The other members of the committee, a bit smaller even than he, were a red-faced man wearing a uniform with medals across the chest, a stout lady in a yellow dress and a hat with flowers on it, and two older men. There's the picture right there. In blue suits, one with wavy white hair, the other teeny and bald. The committee halted, staring bravely up. "I am General Ape," shouted the uniformed man, "commander of all Titan forces." Stanley stepped forward. "Chief Pilot Stanley Lambchop," he said, "from Earth. These are my parents, Mr. and Mrs. George Lambchop, and my brother Arthur." "President Oat of Tyra and Mrs. Oat," said General Ape, introducing the wavy-haired man and the lady. "The bald chap is Dr. Ape, our chief scientist. The grouchy one with the flag is my ASAD Cap IK. No one seemed sure what to say next. A few polite remarks were exchanged. "Nice meeting you, Earth people. Such a pretty planet, Tyra." "Thank you. Were you very long in space?" And Mr. Lambchop realized suddenly that the Titans were uncomfortable talking almost straight up. He got down on his knees. Sorry about that. The other Lambchops following his example, and the Titans at once lowered their heads in relief. "Right," said General App. "All responsible people here are trans EA. I'm for war, frankly," glowed Captain Ike. But Stanley pretended not to hear. "A trust. Good idea," he said. "We come in peace." Mrs. Oat sniffed. "Not very peaceful, fighting poor Captain Ike." She pointed to Arthur. That giant shouted at him. "My son is not a giant," Mrs. Lambchop said. "It's just what you Titans are, how to put it, unusual pettings. Ike's the biggest we've got. Actually, said General App. We hoped he'd scare you. President Oat raised his hand. No harm then. Come, Titanville. Our captain is but a scroll away. The lamb chops, equipped now with handy magnifying lenses from the Star Scouts science kit, followed the committee. Titan Valley lay just across the brown field, beyond the tan trees, no longer than an Earth-sized tennis court. Right, and now we're on chapter 6 of Tyraville. So if you guys want to hear Tyraville in chapter 6, please make sure you guys go to next Thursday's video. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a friendly comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!